The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Welcome to the Houlihan Show. In the time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. A quote by George Orwell. I am here to inform you about issues the mainstream media is ignoring. Welcome to my show. Today, I am really happy to announce that we have Beverly Ekman on the show today, and she is an educator. She used to teach in the public schools, and you've written many, many books. The latest book you've written is Walking Targets, and welcome to the show.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So why aren't you still working in the public schools?
Well, it's a long story, but basically, I disagreed with the way education was at that point being handled. In fact, I guess I got my first glance at it in teacher preparation courses at college, and I realized that everything now was, then, 1968 was when I graduated, was aimed at psychology. I mean, it was child psychology, adolescent psychology, educational psychology. It was psychology. Everything was behavioral psychology, and they didn't care whether I knew anything about my subject, which was like a red flag to me. And so from there, it's just like I was the dog with the bone looking at where this was actually coming from. And I didn't like what I saw, and I changed professions.
So I also was reading in your bio that you believe that you would have been diagnosed as a mental disorder because you were so, what was that, you had such a curiosity, or just you were very high-strung as a child?
Yeah, I was always questioning. I was very outgoing and definitely distractible, but my teachers just said, pay attention, Beverly. I mean,
so they would have labeled you as ADD and stuck you on some kind of psychotropic med then, probably,
yeah,
if you had been born now.
That's what they're doing today. Kids are not nearly as bad as I was. I mean, I was full of it. I was the kind of kid that was a pain in the derriere. And, I was more interested in what the other kids were doing and talking with the other kids and playing around than I was in my lessons, and a lot of kids are like that. But now it's, in an era where kids are biting their teachers, throwing things at them, and even in a couple of cases splitting their head open with an axe and things. I mean, awful stuff. Shooting up their classmates. I mean, now it is a different thing.
Well, tell us about how to get a hold of your website. What is your www.beverly? Beverly with an extra E on it, .com. Okay, and there you can find her writings and look at her materials on books, and it is a shame that lots of the kids are drugged up, and they're very bored. It seems like there's a huge dropout rate.
Oh yes, it's about 30%.
They're not being taught the 3 R's. They're being actually conditioned and indoctrinated. Can you please come back and talk more about this tomorrow?
Sure.
Thanks for listening. If you would like to keep me on the air, send donations to The Houlihan Show, care of KXXT 2800 North 44th Street, Suite 100, Phoenix, Arizona, 85008. Or you can email me at sheseekstruth777 at yahoo.com. Thanks for listening.